Hi everybody, it's Patty here, and I just want to explain to you why counting calories is a waste of time. Unfortunately, that's all we've been hammered. Count your calories, have a 500 calorie deficit every day, and you'll lose weight. 500 calories, you do that every day, you're going to lose a pound a week because 3,500 calories equals a pound. So a simple closed system, burn more than you take in, and you get a deficit. Unfortunately, we're extremely complex, biochemically complex system that doesn't operate that way. It doesn't, your body actually doesn't care about calories, doesn't know about calories, it cares about nutrients. So we didn't even start counting calories until like the late 1800s. So somehow we were able to survive for about 30,000 years without doing this. And what's happened in the last 50 years with counting all those calories and doing all that hasn't worked out so well, has it? They came up, there's protein is 4 calories per gram, same with carbohydrates, 4 calories per gram, and then fat has 9. So that's what they kind of came up with all their testing they did. But those are actually rounded and estimated. Protein, depending on what kind it is, carbohydrates, depending on what kind it is, it can be up to 4.3. Fats can be, depending on if it's saturated or polyunsaturated, can be 5.5 to 8. So you could be eating your protein, eating your carbohydrates, and eating an extra 50, 60 calories that you're not realizing. And if your whole goal is to get that 500 calorie deficit, the math is not going to add up there. Same with this, if you're doing keto and you're getting 100 grams of fat and you think that's 900 calories, when a lot of it was saturated fat that only has 5.5 calories, that's a big difference. So 900, you're actually getting 500 or maybe 600. So you might not actually be getting enough energy that the body needs. So this is why looking at these calculations, they're not actually a good measure for your weight loss. And you cannot count, 250 calories from an avocado and 250 calories from a jelly donut. If you think that gets metabolized in your body the same way, not so much, not so much. Carbohydrates go down one metabolic pathway, proteins go down another, fats go down. And your body can only use carbohydrates as energy. There's not a structure in your body that needs carbohydrates. I'll say that again, there's not a single structure in your body that needs that. Cells use it for energy, but not for building, not for repairing, nothing. So there's not an essential carbohydrate. So technically you don't actually have to eat them. But that's another story. Proteins, fats, absolutely. Those are both essential that we absolutely need. When you break down carbohydrates, the cells get the energy they need. Whatever's left over, the liver can store a little bit. It's a 3-pound organ, it can store a little bit, and then the rest is going to go as fat. So that's the only thing that can happen with carbohydrates is energy. Now protein's a whole different thing. Your body, if you eat 100 grams of protein, your body's not going to use that for energy. That's not what protein's designed for. It breaks it down into amino acids, and that is used for all of your cells. And you have 30 trillion, not million. I always want to say million, but it's actually trillion cells, last time they estimated. And it builds all your growth, repair, all of that happens. Enzymes are produced all from amino acids. So your skin cells, your hair, your nail, everything, your muscle cells, all of those need amino acids to grow, build, and repair. So that's what they do. So all of that is not being used for energy. It's actually being used for tissue and cellular repair. Same with fat. Are you going to 100 grams of fat, is that all going to be used as energy? No, because fats are broken down into fatty acids, and all your cell membranes, those 30 trillion cell membranes, are made up of fat. So those fatty acids are going to be used to make new cells. They're also used for, your brain. I don't think a lot of people know that is 60 or 70% fat and cholesterol. And you have nerve cells that send all those signals from the brain back and forth so we can function. They have a protective fat layer called the myelin sheath that is coated in fat. And this is how we efficiently send signals back and forth. When we start to lose that coating, that's when things get messed up. So fatty acids, fats, super important for your brain health, for all your nerve cells and all, the signaling that goes on to save and function. So to think that you're eating 1,500 calories, that this is all that they're all the same, they're all metabolized the same, and we all are just going to use it to, treat it as a unit of energy, it doesn't actually make sense. Not how our body works. Because like I said, so many people that's all they do. They harp on this, they get obsessed with it, and it's not actually going to benefit them. Believe it or not all food's the same. Not all food weighs the same. So I have a tomato here. Now, you could have 10 tomatoes out there. They're all going to weigh different. They're all going to have, it depends on when they were picked, how ripe they are, how long they sat on the shelf. Same with my zucchini. What kind of zucchini is this? When was it picked? Like I said, how long has it been on the shelf? All those things, if you want to be super accurate and use this as your weight loss tool, you're going to be off the mark. Because there's no way. You're not going to find two identical pieces of fruit that have the same thing, pieces of vegetables. It's just not the way it works. So what you need to concentrate on is controlling the hormones that decide whether you store fat or burn fat. That's what you need to do. So eating whole foods that don't spike your blood sugar is how you need to eat. Don't worry about the calories, because when you eat right, your body has hormones that regulate for you when you eat and when not. So don't worry about the calories, eat whole foods, and let your body actually naturally control your hunger and your appetite like it's supposed to. But anyways, if you want any more information on this, just DM me and I'll be happy to help.